What if you raised a wild lion as part of your family, then set it free into the African wilderness? Would it remember you? Would it still love you? Or would it see you as prey? This is the true story of the most emotional animal reunion ever captured on film. A moment so powerful, it changed how scientists view animal emotions forever. 1 year after saying goodbye, two men returned to the wild, unsure if their lion friend would even recognize them. In 1969, two Australian friends, John and Ace Burke, walked into a department store in London, but they didn't leave with clothes or gadgets. They left with a baby lion cub named Christian. At just a few weeks old, Christian was smaller than a house cat. He played with their dog, slept on their furniture, and even visited fancy London cafes. Christian wasn't just a pet. He was their best friend. He'd greet them at the door, cuddle with them at night, and even play fetch in the park, though he sometimes scared the pigeons. But as months passed, Christian grew stronger and bigger. Soon he was over 100 pounds, and London wasn't safe anymore. The city wasn't meant for a wild lion. They had to make the hardest decision of their lives. But what would happen to Christian? John and Ace knew Christian deserved to be free. They reached out to George Adamson, the real-life lion man from Born Free, who agreed to help Christian return to the wild in Kenya. Saying goodbye was agonizing. Christian nuzzled them one last time before being taken away. As the plane disappeared into the sky, they wondered, would he survive? Would he remember them? After arriving in Kenya, Christian faced his biggest challenge yet: learning to be a wild lion. At first, he was clueless. He didn't know how to hunt, communicate with other lions, or even defend himself. George Adamson, the legendary lion man, worked tirelessly to reintroduce him to the wild. He taught Christian to hunt. His first attempts were clumsy. He chased a warthog but tripped over his own paws. Helped him join a lion pride. Other lions were suspicious at first, but Christian's friendly nature won them over. Protected him from dangers, hyenas, rival lions, and even poachers. The turning point? One day, Christian successfully took down an antelope. George watched proudly as Christian feasted. No longer a pet, but a true wild lion. But deep down, did he still remember his human family? A year later, John and Ace received a life-changing letter from George. Christian is thriving, but if you visit, don't expect a reunion. He's wild now. He may not recognize you, or worse, see you as prey. Their hearts raced. Was it worth the risk? But they had to know. They boarded a plane to Kenya, their minds filled with memories. Christian as a cub, sleeping between them, his goofy habit of stealing socks, the way he'd nuzzle them when sad when they landed. George warned them again. Stay back, let me call him first. As they stepped into the bush, their greatest hope and fear was about to be tested. George called Christian's name. First silence, then rustling in the grass. A massive male lion emerged, muscular with a full mane. It was Christian, but unrecognizable from the playful cub they knew. For one terrifying second he stared at them. Then he charged. John and Ace froze, bracing for the worst. But instead, Christian leaped into their arms, knocking them over in a frenzy of licks, nuzzles, and happy growls. He rubbed his head against theirs, a lion's ultimate sign of affection, wrapped his paws around them in a full lion hug, rolled onto his back like a kitten, begging for belly rubs. George Adamson teared up. I've worked with lions for 40 years. I've never seen this. In that moment, one thing was clear: Christian never forgot them. For hours, Christian stayed with them, playing like old times, gently swatting at their shoes, leading them on a walk through his territory, introducing them to his lioness, who watched cautiously. But as the sun set, Christian paused. He looked at them with what seemed like understanding. Then he turned and vanished into the wild. John later wrote, "It wasn't goodbye, it was thank you." Christian was free now, but their love remained. Their reunion footage became legendary. Aired globally in 1971, before viral videos existed. Inspired books like A Lion Called Christian changed perceptions of animal emotions even today. Wildlife experts cite Christian as proof that animals remember love. John and Ace became lifelong conservationists. Christian's story lives on, because true love never fades. Could this reunion happen now? Likely no. Modern laws prohibit keeping lions as pets. Christian's story helped change these laws. Releasing captive-bred lions, most can't adapt. But Christian's magic was timing, luck, extraordinary humans. His story remains one of a kind. Maybe that's what makes it so special. Some bonds cannot be broken, not by distance, not by time, not even by nature itself. Christian the Lion's unthinkable reunion proved what scientists doubted. If this story moved you, like so others find it, subscribe for more furry adventures, comment. Would you risk hugging a full-grown lion? Because in a world full of chaos, Christian reminds us that love is wild, brave, and forever.